authoritarianism, even if it was Jesus who brought authoritarianism, I would be against it. I love Traoré, or rather I loved Traoré. I'm one fan of the great Thomas Sankara. I mean, we wear this red beret as inspired by Thomas Sankara, as inspired by Che Guevara and all those other revolutionaries. I loved Museveni. I've read his books, and I'm sure the Museveni of then, when he was my age, that's the reason he was able to persuade your father to join him to go and risk their lives to liberate Uganda, or do what they call liberation. However, I disagree with any leader that claims to be representing people without getting the mandate of the people. America was created out of a war that had a saying, no taxation without representation. You cannot claim to be representing people when you don't get their mandate. I love what Traoré says. I would love to love what he does. You know, like many people, I was fascinated when Ibrahim Traoré took over. Yeah, he claimed it was corruption, and the good words that we all love to hear. We all disagree with imperialism. We all disagree with modern day colonialism. But while we disagree with colonialism, we even disagree more with being colonized by people of our own color. You know, in this day and time, citizens should have a right, and leaders should govern in interest of their citizens and with mandate, and should be accountable to the people. So a short while ago, when Traoré had just come, I made a statement and said, yeah, I love Traoré. I support him. He's very popular. How I wish he gave the people of Burkina Faso the chance to elect him so they can feel like he's their servant and not their boss. I don't believe in bosses. As leaders, I believe in servants. So if Traoré gave the people of Burkina Faso a chance to vote him into power, then he would be their servant and not their boss. You know, but over time, of course, when he abolished the electoral commission, I questioned. Recently, when he dismissed democracy, I was so heartbroken. And it reminds me of Museveni's great quote. Africa's problem are leaders. Africa's problem in general, and Uganda's problem in particular, are leaders that overstay in power. When a leader becomes all-powerful, then he's governing on his own behalf and not behalf of the people. Then the people become his subjects. They cease to be citizens, they become subjects. And that should not be anywhere in Africa or the world in 2026. So for me, I think that any leader, and I won't be there, I know you're trying to be careful. I won't be careful because I hate to be politically correct. I'd rather say it the way it is, that any leader, regardless of how sweet the words they use, should be answerable to the people. I believe in servant leadership. And anybody that governs with a gun is an oppressor. How else are people going to check him? How are they going to question him? You know, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts, absolutely. That is how Museveni began. That is how all these other, that's how Robert Mugabe began. I was named after Robert Mugabe, you know, because he was a great revolutionary. By the time I was born, by the time he passed away, he was a despised tyrant. Now I can imagine how it's going to be 5, 10, 20 years from now in Burkina Faso. I mean, Burkinabes produced Traoré. That means there are millions of Traorés in Burkina Faso. Let them be inspired by him, but let him set a good precedent where leaders are questioned by the people, are answerable to the people, and are governing according to the interests of the people. But most importantly, leaders should be subjected to the interests of the people so that people can vote you in and vote you out. Thank you.
Thank you for that.